All right. Matt Macpherson was in Friday night. We teased out a little bit of the interview, and then we recorded a little bit more. So I'm going to play it for you now. It's a rebroadcast. Welcome. Matt Macpherson music on the Jim Fannon Show.
It's the Jim Fannon Show. We've come to take your mind.
Am I still on?
Today, and I am cranked about this. Matt Macpherson shares the stage with me tonight. Wow, that open does not suck in the least. Matt Macpherson, how are you, man? Thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thank you for having me. It's definitely a pleasure to be a part.
Look at this stud. That's got G3.
Yeah.
G3 all over. You're like, oh, that's Farkas.
Yeah,
no
that's
shit.
right.
You can tell. What does he call himself? What is he of the darkness? The Prince of Darkness? The Master of Darkness? What's he go by?
Who's that, Mike?
Yeah. He's something about the darkness. He uses.
I would say that his flavor has some
he
definitely
calls himself the Prince of Darkness.
dark artisan in it.
Okay, fuck Farkas. Anyways, here's the site right here, mattmacphersonmusic.com. Go check it out. Handsome fucking guy. Okay, now here's the deal. I got an MPC-X right here on my desk.
I'm furious.
I use it for audio drops. I'm going to play you the tune that we just used to come in, and I've used it many times on the show before, and Matt's been very generous at not being too cautious about being Jim Fannon adjacent. This is Want Some, and if you know the show, you know the song, and you know what, Matt, I think it's better can we listen to it all the way through, or you want to?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
He's on a timeline, but I want to hear it all the way through, and then we'll talk about it.
All right.
Matt Macpherson will tell you how to get his music, but this is Want Some. gotta let it fade all the way out, man. It's just okay. So Want Some, shit. I fucking love this tune. Now I gotta say it's kind of growing on me. And while we're talking, I'm gonna put up Pond 5. I don't know what the fuck this is, but you can actually buy this shit.
Yep.
And man, you've got a filthy fucking deep library.
Yep. 170 songs up there.
Wow. All right. So Matt Macpherson's with me. I've been promoting you as both M Factor.
Appreciate it.
PH
Yep.
with a K. And this has been a kind of an organic process from the standpoint that I was sitting with mutual friends the other day. I'm like, the dude's not a musician. He doesn't play any instruments. And they're like, dude, he's been making beats since high school. Like, this guy is a musician.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, I need him over here to teach me how to make the very basic. And I get that, you know, I don't know how I get into this, but the open, when we come in, Jay Beatty, I told you the story. He sat down here and he made this tune for me. I told him I wanted something dark and spooky, something that sounded like it was building like a monster coming up out of the ocean, like the gargantuan in the monster movies when I was a kid. And fuck, the guy sat here with one of these little boards and he made it right in front of me. And as he was laying down tracks, I go, that's it. It's better. It's better. It's better.
Yeah,
And
Beatty's amazing, man. That guy is a musician to the core, for sure.
anyways, tell me about Want Some. I'm taking too much air in the room here, man. Tell me about this beat. What's the is it all that deep? Do I need to know the meaning, the inspiration, how you built it? I don't know. I want to know everything about it because I think it's a great tune. So,
all right. So the story begins back in this song's infancy. This song took probably about 2 years to develop. And through various tweaking, listening to it and just kind of realizing like, it's got that push and it's got that vibe that you want to just rock out with it. And everything that I've done to that song is an accumulation of 2 years of going back and, I got to change this, add this and that, and you know what, it's...
Let me interrupt. How old's that tune?
Oh, geez. I don't know. This has got to be like 2013, 2014. Wow. Yeah. It's a one from the vault. But spent many years in its mastering process. So it's one of those songs that you make and like that's like a defining song for me. I think that would be.
So how many years did this thing exist for before you put it like this? And is it finished yet, or are you going to rip this apart?
No, it's done. That song is complete.
When was it complete?
I would probably say, I usually on songs that I want to submit to film or radio or anything like that, I go back through and I remaster things. So that song has been touched up probably in 2019. 2020, not that anything was recomposed for it, but it was definitely polished, I would say.
Okay.
So to answer your question, I would say that that song was probably released 2014-ish. Wow. Yeah, and then it just went through a constant reconstruction until it arrived at what it is now. Okay,
so tell me about the evolution, the birth. When did you start doing this? What did it look like? Who were you hanging with? What programs were you using? What year was it? Like, how long you been doing this?
Yeah, so I've solely used Pro Tools in my compositions, and I haven't really dabbled in much else. I play everything by hand, so everything is composed, original. There's nothing that's sampled. And that song kind of started life out, like I said, as something that it just constantly kept morphing. And I find it funny, as you're sitting there and nobody can see you, but, you're sitting there rocking your, hands out and jumping around. And every time like the beat changes, you're just like, you're throwing your arms around and like literally that attitude, that exact is how I felt about that song. But when it was not where it is now, I wanted to just jump out of my chair to this thing because it just had so much potential. And that song helped me push the limits, helped me evolve, do new things. There's all kinds of new techniques.
Let me interrupt.
Go ahead.
How fitting is it, or how appropriate is it, that a guy like me, out of hundreds of songs that you sent me that I scanned through, or did you send me this? How did I get on to Want Some right? Did you send? I think you sent me this. You picked it.
I believe.
I
Sent this to you. You asked about something epic and and just all around, badass. And I said, well, I got one for you. And that song pretty much hits every target.
Okay. So I cannot take credit for picking this out of hundreds of songs, but I did pick a few more out. And then you told me, listen, dude, I haven't had my computer out. It's still packed. It's going to take me some effort. And then after I was bragging about this song, and I told you I put it on a mixtape of all kinds of mix of D&B and pop and all kinds of stuff.
Thank you.
Threw fucking Want Some on there, and I love it. It's kind of weird because it grows on you. Like, you got 2 strikes against you in my world. You're from Niagara, and I know you. So how good can you possibly be? You can't be that good because you're from my neck of the woods and you're a friend of mine. Oh, it's like I told you this earlier. It's like when Matthew James Blake sits with me here, I accuse him of plagiarism because there's no way that he's that fucking talented. He's got to be ripping off somebody else's format because he's that good. And so, as a result, we're sitting here watching Shandor's video the other day. And again, Shandor's got 2 strikes going against him. He's from Niagara, and he's my boy. And I go, it's not horrible. And you're watching it for the first time and go, maybe I didn't say that. It's not bad or something like that. And you go, no, it's better than not bad. This is good.
Yep.
I go, it is good, isn't it? Now that you said it's good, it makes it okay for me because
to accept it.
I didn't think it was all that good because I know this guy and I'm biased against people I know and people that are from Niagara.
No, there's a lot of good things going for that song. Definitely. There's good lyricism, good beat, overall good layout, like it tells a story, and the fact that he put a video to it is just like icing on the cake. And it's like it's easy to put videos to stuff, but like even still that the video is not an average video either. Like, you can tell that there was definitely some artistry in there. There was some time put in and justice, done where it was needed, and it was tastefully done. I would say, in my opinion.
And when I spoke to his lady partner, the mother of his child, she told me that it was actually like, I can't remember who she said it was, but somebody picked him up and helped him with it, and it made it look great.
Yep.
And I can't remember who it was, but she's a stud in that fucking video too. Anyways, enough about Shandor. What? I'm turning the tables over to you. You got a couple tunes we're gonna play, and I think we're gonna end the live broadcast right now. We'll stay rolling with the recording. So why don't we do this? Why don't we end things here with a little taste? We'll give them one more song, okay? So can you play another tune in whole, and then we'll cut the live broadcast?
Yeah, sure. What are we gonna go for? What you want me to play, like a film music sort of thing, or like a hip hop based, or something?
Why don't you play the first song that's coming up that we're going to talk about afterwards?
Roger that. All right.
And then we'll just play it in full, and then we'll stop the recording, and you guys can check this out. Let's see. What do I got? I got Eric Matheny coming up at Saturday night at 7. And so you can be Sunday night at 7. We'll put the full broadcast up. Sunday night at 7, wherever you're watching it now, you can hear the full broadcast. We're going to play a few more tunes and talk about it, and then we're out. Let's see, we're into, it's 9:14, and we're 17 minutes in. Okay, Matt Macpherson, give us a little intro. Tell us about this tune, and then we'll play it in full.
Okay. Well, first off, I would like to not maybe so much attack your composer title. You know, you're composer. What is, you know, that's so stupid. Is I?
No, this is where you fluff the guest and then talk about the song. Don't talk. What are you talking about? What are you going after me for? Go.
I thought you wanted me to intro the song.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, so the composer producer thing, I feel, you know, as a composer, I love theatric music. I love cinematic music, new age, and so it is something that I'm passionate about and something that I like to dabble in. So we're going to bring out the composer. This is where I was going with this whole thing as we tie into this little jab that I maliciously took at you in the beginning of this little explanation. So we're going to play a quick little 1-minute song, and this will kind of demonstrate the composer side of
and
what I like making.
Tell me, what's it called, and what did you build or create the song? What did you have in mind when you created the song?
This song, it's just when you're sitting down and you're just jamming out ideas and stuff, and something sticks, you know. And I recall when I made this song, I was living in a small apartment, and so the title of the song is called "A Small Space," and appropriately, it's also a very short song. But usually, I name my music, you know, based on the moods or the environment that I made it in. So a lot of the stuff is kind of self-descriptive for me. Some people may connect with it different, but that's okay. You know, music is something that's open to interpretation, you know, however you're listening to it. So, and that's the thing I love about music. It is quite therapeutic. So you give me the thumbs up when you want me to start playing this song, Mr. Fannon.
Matt Macpherson, everyone. Small Space. Small Space? Is that it? There we go. Matt Macpherson. That is Small Space.
Yes.
Maddie, I appreciate your time. We're going to end the stream, come back Sunday night at 7 o'clock if you want to hear the full thing, and maybe...
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, brother. Peace, love, hug your neighbor, and rip that dirty, filthy mask off your face. It's not helping at all. I am out. Stop streaming. All right, brother. So hit us up with, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put my pretty face in the corner there because, well, you deserve it. You deserve to see a little Jimmy Fannon. It's Friday night. It's 9:18 EST, and I got this guy in the house.
What's
Excuse
up?
me. Look at this fucking guy. Oh, no. I got this guy right here. Look at this. Look at me. Look, like, I'm not going to say how it looks. That's a great photo, dude. Okay, so the tune we just heard, you want to play some more of it? I'll put you up here.
Yeah.
And just give me Small Space, it's called?
Yeah, you want me to restart that?
Yeah, start it over.
All right.
Nancy Graham's on board on YouTube. What up, Nancy? Shandor is, I don't know. You know what? I acknowledged him the other day just by saying... Dude, I don't think you realize you're kind of like a mentor to me. I know it's weird to say, but like, I'm proud of you. So thank you, Nancy. Yeah, he's good. And it's weird because I played the video for Matt when he was here, and I was talking about like, hey, it's not bad, eh? And he's like, not bad, dude. This is fucking really good. I'm like, it is, isn't it? Isn't it?
That's good.
Anyways, Matty, tell me about this one. We got it up in the background.
Yeah. So essentially this song we're just touching base on. This was just kind of a creative project that came to fruition. And usually, when you sit around and you're trying to be creative and make music, and you're just pushing keys and something sticks and you hear an idea and it develops into a song. So it usually we hit record and
cool, man.
this is what it
Tell
morphed
me
into.
how you get go back, put small space on again.
Sure.
Tell me how you get a feeling of being in a small apartment, and how does that translate into music that represents it? Obviously you can write a song about it because the lyrics are so literal.
Sure.
Like, how do you get to a place where you bring the feeling? Because I really feel like you are a mood creator. Like, you're really the 9 Inch Nails genre of, like, you're creating mood, not just music. So tell me how you get the feelings transposed or transformed or evolved into the music, and have the music still, like, represent the idea of a small space.
Yeah. So the very complicated explanation is, it's a process, and it's something that, like, you're there in the moment, and it's a track that kind of takes a life of its own, and every song takes a life of its own, and it depends on how you're feeling that day, depends on what happened, and music is amazing in that sense, that I just love it so much that you can have a good day and you can translate that into something. You can have a bad day and that'll translate into something. You can feel angry. The emotions are kind of endless, where you allow yourself to be encapsulated in a mood and in a tune, and everything just kind of comes to you after that. Once you start getting something going, then it you start hearing things in your head, and you just put it down, hit record, and it's pretty much in a nutshell the thought process on how that one went. So
Cool, man. What else you got? I'll turn you back up. Song 2. You want to go with song 2?
Yeah, we just keep talking over this one. So
No, I pulled it down, so start it over. Can you do that?
Right on.
How long is this one, Matty?
2 minutes,
Okay, cool.
11 seconds.
What's it called? What do we got here?
This one's called A Prophet's Dream.
Dude, are you a faithful man?
I am, actually. My wife and I, we are Christian.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool. All
Yeah.
right. So what's this? What's the idea behind this?
So I get sometimes I draw inspiration from movies, or I see something on TV that's cool, and I go into my imagination and create something that feels kind of like out in the desert, kind of like a Gladiator sort of thing. So that's where this one kind of drew its inspiration and its sound sets from, was more of a Gladiator themed production.
Dude, technically, tell me a little bit about, like, logistically, what are you laying down first? And then are you just building layer upon layer
Yep.
upon layer
Yep.
upon layer in
you
sequence as it rolls out?
Yeah, everything's layers, man. Everything. This one, I believe it started with the that synth, how you hear it changing pitch. It goes like the doo. That was kind of like I was messing around and I hit that and I was like, oh, that's kind of neat, and so that's how that one started with the synthetics, very ethereal or ethereal, however you say it.
Yeah.
But definitely something that is good accentuated into music is when you use the full spectrum of the speaker. You incorporate the bass. Like when you go to the movies, you have those hard hitting subwoofer driven, hits where it's just
I
like
that
punches
that
you in the
big,
chest.
What is that big fucking boom? That big bass drum. Oh, you know what? James Durlow called me tonight. He's having a little jam, and I said, you know what? I'd love to come by, but because I love the crew that he's on Dunn Street in Niagara Falls, and I love James. He was one of my first guests on 610, and then he was the guy that got time for a quick story. James Durlow, I brought my buddy Scotty Clarkson down to the White House where Jihad Yahia and Matthew James Blake and Carl David and Aaron Berger and all kinds of people used to jam on Monday nights. And
Nice.
I brought my friend Scotty Clarkson, who's an old realtor friend of mine. We worked at Remax together, and then he got into contracting and blew up and did really nice renovation on a house he invested in. And he was self-taught playing the keyboards from YouTube and whatever, and he only ever played for me and his wife, basically, and his close friends. And I'm like, dude, you got to come out to the well, they call it the Lighthouse, right? Monday Night Jam.
Yep.
So I started going out with Aaron Berger, and I was the cook because I don't jam. I don't even play a bongo well. And so I would cook for the crew and get into it with them, and I'd shake something or do whatever. It was.
I bet you shake something.
Yeah, it was really awkward. And then I brought my friend Scotty down with me, and Hottie's like standing at the end of the stairs, and I get behind the keyboards, and I start, James Durlow's there, and he's noodling away on the guitar, and I start going ding, 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 and whatever. It sounds like I'm good at picking up. I can, if you're playing something, I can eventually find something where
That's how it starts, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyways, I'm playing ding, 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 and Scotty's watching me, and I'm like, I get up halfway through, and I go, Scotty, you come over here. You're the musician. You know how to play. And as I get up, Durlow says to me, James, he goes, sit down and finish the song. I'm like, whoa, dude, fuck, settle down. What the fuck? I didn't know we were playing a song, so I get back down and I ding, ding, ding. And it was sounding really good. And eventually Scotty, who felt really awkward, never played out for anyone before, never jammed, and felt so super fucking self-conscious about doing it, he finally got behind the thing, and then dude is like, I don't know, somebody asked him to play a fucking wedding last year.
So it just went 0 to serious real quick.
Well, yeah, and his introduction to my musical genius crew, like he just went off and hung out with all those guys on the regular. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, He made a new fucking crew of musicians. So, anyways, James Durlow, he was having a jam tonight. Yep. I got off on a fucking tangent. But, and I was talking to you, Matt. We hung around a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And I'm like, you're like, oh, we didn't get too much done, but that was a good hang. I'm like, dude, are you kidding? You don't even know what we got done tonight. So, anyways, let's play another tune, and then we'll talk about that, and then I'll get your levels up. Can you start it over, Manny?
Yep.
And then tell us what we got here as it's rolling. And then we'll get out of here. 9:27. What the fuck? See, again, soon as it comes up, I've never heard this song, but soon as I hear it, I go, this is too pro. This is too good for a guy I know from Niagara. Look at this guy. I mean, come on. This guy is not making this music. This has got to be CBC Studios or some shit.
You're too kind.
Okay, what's this one?
Okay, this one's called Storm. This was a song that was made. I'm part of a music library where artists and producers and people making commercials and shows and.
There you go. That's for you. It's Friday night.
Beauty. Well, cheers across the room there, buds.
Beauty, hey there, buds.
Yeah, just clinking
Fucking
another
get her
one.
out there, bud.
Yep. Yeah, so we're it's basically people sometimes they post like, oh, I need a song that basically the same thing that you described there, Jim, when you're talking about Beatty and how he came down and laid down. You say, I want this thing to start out this way, and then I want it to transition and feel and there's a whole market out there of people that ask for custom created music. And basically, as an artist, anybody can jump in. You can go and smash on a guitar string and hit record, and like the simplest of things sometimes, Jim, make the biggest bucks when it comes to jingles and, and things in radios, especially like, you think of like how simple, something like McDonald's is, right?
Yeah.
Right?
On that note, I feel like, okay, let's say I get a new like app that makes me look like Justin Trudeau, but I can put my eyes and my mouth in it, and then I can do a little thing, right? I find like when I download the app and I do my first recording, I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's genius. Like that's really good. And I feel like, oh, here comes one. Something I fucking love this too. And then I use the app once, I lay it down, I put it on my TikTok, and then I never use it again. If I actually practiced with a script and tried to make it funny, I could probably make it better. But I kind of feel like it's like you take a photo of a sunset, right? You get the first one, and you show it to all your friends on the beach, and then you upload it, and then you spend all night trying to reproduce it, and you can never fucking do it. It's almost like the first thing you lay down is genius and unduplicatable.
I actually in this playlist of tunes that I've queued up for you here, I actually have a song that is like that. I literally made it. I just hit record and I didn't edit nothing, and I literally conceptualized the track, and I just hit record, went down to the next layer, hit record, didn't edit nothing, didn't cut nothing out, and I have that queued up for you here. If you want, we can get to that talking point if you'd like.
Hit it. Yeah, we've already done Want Some. Here's the deal. When Want Some comes on, it now represents changing the radio dial and coming across a Pink Floyd song. I might not want to hear that Pink Floyd song at that time, but you are not allowed to change the radio station when Floyd is playing.
Yep. Don't
be gay. Oh no, I ruined the whole broadcast. Good thing we're not live. Well, I got loose there. It's like 3 Budweisers in. Okay, Maddie.
Jim
next
Fannon
one.
off the rails.
Next
there.
one. We're 35 minutes in, and it's 9:31. So let's get to the next one.
Perfect. So this was the one take, everything done one after another, all mistakes kept, everything.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm hearing this for the first time.
Yeah, it's got kind of like a cool, laid back, hip hop ish, a little alt in there as well.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I love your enthusiasm.
Oh, I love music, man.
Yeah, and that's where it starts, man.
That's where it starts. But do I have the discipline and the motivation to stay with it to actually try and produce something that sounds even close to this?
Oh, you can answer that question yourself, man. Like you have
the
to
answer is no. I can tell you right now, no. I have a love, but my learning curve, if it's too steep, I fall back like Sisyphus.
Yep, and then you get back up and you just keep going.
I need Adderall or something to keep me like on it. What's this one called?
This one's called Sound Like This.
Next, because I want to get back to social time. If I only got you till 10 o'clock, I want 20 minutes before where we're not recording, we can hang out, be social. What do you got next, Maddie?
All right, so the next one's called Time to Fight. This song,
Oh, excuse me. That is so rude, but there's bubbles in these.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, thank you. Bless me.
So Time to Fight. This one was inspired. I was watching Inglourious Bastards, one of my favorite movies. And the one scene where they've captured the, the kind of like one of the first scenes where you see the bastards and they're all kind of huddled around like this valley, and they've got the German guys, and they've got the bear Jew that's in the tunnel, right? And they say, if you don't show me where these Nazis are, we're gonna bring the bear Jew out, and he's gonna handle you, right? So they're trying to play this sinister scare tactic, like if you don't comply, that some shit's gonna happen to you, right? So when he eventually comes out, Donnie, I think the character's name was, and Donnie comes out of the tunnel and he's hitting his bat against the wall, making that. Right? So that snare is like in this whole vibe of this whole song. That scene was just something that just stuck with me, and I thought like that's like
So cool.
One of those things. Just like it encompasses your mood and it captures you. I guess that's the word I'm looking for.
Sorry to interrupt, but is this like, I feel like I can lay down some solid fucking spoken word performance over this. Is this how a rap tune is born? You just lay down a beat and then you just
man. If you connect with it and you got words coming to your head and stuff, man, start writing them down. However, the music is is open for interpretation, right? So I may feel a certain way when I make it, and then you may feel a certain way writing about it, and that's what it's about, man.
Okay, tell me about the so where do you find your best creative space? Like I find, I'll tell you, I don't know, couple beers, couple dubs, couple strippers, couple rips, couple fucking shots of fucking no, I don't know.
Hey,
it's
man,
like,
to each their own, man. There's all kinds of
dude.
people.
I remember. Sorry to cut you off, but like, I was here with Matthew James Blake, and I was trying to do a script, like a one-off, and I couldn't do it. We went upstairs, and we got hip, and I came down and nailed it. Yep. Do you find a sweet spot for your creativity when you're like? Because I envision laying this song down and getting lucky like I did with my Justin Trudeau. I got a Tonka truck up my ass. I thought it was fucking hilarious. As I look back at it, I'm going, yeah, it's kind of primitive, but I could probably do it better. Yep. But it was so good the first time, I'm like, fuck it, I can't fucking beat that. I feel like I can hear the song for the second time, lay it down, and ad-lib some fucking crazy shit about what I'm feeling, and I'll never get it better than that. Are you telling me that that's highly unlikely? Go back, play that one again, Maddie. Or is this playing over? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll restart it.
I like that one, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell me about okay, so you got this instrumental.
Yeah.
Would it be out of the question for you to just lay it down, put the mic on, record it, and it's done? It's perfect. Just
man, sometimes whole completed songs sometimes they happen in half an hour to an hour. And in the case of that other one, the Want Some track, like that was a accumulation of like 2 years of going back and tweaking and just not being happy with it. So, it kind of depends on, do you feel that your thought process is complete? And with a lot of stuff in it.
So then that leads me to, and I want to wrap this up, not quickly, but whatever. What is your creative drug of choice then?
Well, definitely life is number one. A lot of
next thing you're gonna say Jesus.
Yeah, no. We
no, seriously.
No, seriously.
Like, couple beers loosen you up, get you creative.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, having beers, sitting down, laying out some tunes and stuff. You get a little more loose, yeah, loose, and then a little creative. More, brave with like, I'm gonna turn this knob, and we're just gonna just go around, and you're like, you do something that sounds like, you distort a signal, but it's still, sounds cool, even distorted, right? And then you go back and you're like, okay, how can I incorporate this in, right? And it's especially
this is a good beat, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
You know, I got kind of excited because you were talking to me about this project. Can we talk about the project a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk about the project.
Okay, and then we'll get out.
Yeah.
You kind of put it on me the other day, because, you know, Aaron Berger and the crew call me the praise master because I'm also the critic. I'm very good at criticizing your work if it sucks or it needs room to improve.
Right.
But if you nail it, I've become much better at, first of all, Aaron Berger's Color and Light. It's Aaron Berger and the Blue Stars, which is Nathaniel Gould and John Albers and Matthew James Blake and Matt
musicians.
Keegan and fucking Danielle. And it goes on and on. But it's one of my all-time favorite albums.
Yep.
And it seems like I shouldn't even be able to put it up there with the Pink Floyds and the Depeche Modes because it's Aaron Berger and the Blue Stars. But it's true, man. I played it for you last time you were here. And it doesn't matter when I play this shit. Alex Kazam was here the other night and I played it and he's like, Jimmy, who's this? I'm like, well, you know him pretty well. Matthew James Blake. So, anyways, I'm rambling. What do we got? Talking to me about anyways, my point was, you said, I got this project. And I'm like, oh, dude, well, maybe I could be the lead singer, creative guy, because when I hear this song, it makes me want to lay down something over top of it in a spoken word performance or whatever. So tell me about the project. And then, you know, I play you one fucking video from Strange Juice. You're like, I want him. I'm like, dude, I thought you said I could be the guy. I thought I had a job. I thought it was my first gig.
Yeah.
Now I want that guy.
Well,
so tell me about what is it?
Your musical ear was definitely, instrumental in picking out. You know, I described to you, what I was looking for on this project, and you turned around and you just knocked it out of the park. You said, it sounds like this guy, and I listened. It's like, yeah, that's the voice in my head. So you've got it for sure. You've got the ear, man.
You know what? For me, there's nothing better than I just told you about that story about taking Scotty out to the jam and introducing him to the music crew that enriched everyone's life. Because
absolutely,
Scotty's as big a gift to the people that he's interacting with as they are to him, and then some. So there's nothing better. So I hope it works out. Anderson is I love the guy. I mean, I interviewed him with a rooster on his lap, for crying out loud. He's fucking guy's classic. Anyway, so tell me about the project and then we'll get out of here. It's 9:41.
Yep. So the project is a mashup between hip hop and alternative sounds. A lot of rock and rap, kind of mixed together. But
what are we listening to now?
This is that sound like this. That's that one-off, hit record thing. That's that one again. Cool. Good bed track to talk over. So the project is car themed because I'm an absolute gearhead. I love cars. I'm a mechanic by trade. I fix diesel trucks down to cars and, whatever, basically if it runs off of gas or diesel, I've got my hands on it. So, but I'm a gearhead at heart, and something that I've always wanted to do was put like a car themed album together, and something that is like also tastefully done. It's not too geeky or dorky. You're like, he's rapping about his car. It's like, no, it's actually like, where we can tie in life, where we can tie in like real world, experiences and stuff, and how it all revolves around, the fact that like anything you do in life, your car is involved in it, whether you drive to the store or whatever. Me, I happen to be a driving enthusiast, and in a nutshell, I guess what I'm trying to explain is that I'm trying to connect with other driving enthusiasts so that you can listen to this stuff, drive around and have a fun time, and that's what it's about. So, all
right, dude. So you got this thing off. You're unearthing this thing kind of from a shallow grave, right? This has kind of been sitting around for a while, and it's new again, right? You're passionate. You're moving forward with this thing. You probably haven't worked on this in some time. So tell me about, what do you need? If there's someone out there that needs a little experience working with someone as creative as you, or you first told me I need 2 creative vocalists. one
Yep.
female,
Yep.
and one male.
Correct.
That can actually help me with the lyrics and the creative. I get the final say, but they get to be like fully creative.
Yep.
And we have to stay inside the boundaries of the concept. You also said you're looking at a rapper. I talked to a young kid, Mohammed, at the Mansion House the other day. I'm like, dude, I was just talking to a guy the other day who wants a rapper. I don't know. Maybe he's from Brock. I have no idea. But what do you need as far as talent, and what do you need as far as talent? Talent doesn't need to be a singer. It could be somebody that does a website or
Sure.
does whatever. So
There's many
how
layers
can
of talent.
someone help you out, especially from the standpoint if they're looking to do it for love or for the experience or both? Or you've already said that you're willing to pay too. So talk to me about what you don't do that you need as far as getting this project completed.
So the project, all the instrumentals are already composed. They're laid out in chronological order, and basically, we have our intro to this car themed album. The car themed album is going to be called Street Wave. The first song after the introduction it's called Breakdown. Then we have the next one called.
Wait. Let's not go there. Let's not give any of it. I don't even want. Dude, keep that shit secret. No, I'm talking about you need help.
Yeah.
You need talent. Who are you looking for?
So
what do they do?
I guess in a nutshell, I'm trying to wrap this all together. What I need is a male and a female vocalist. I need somebody that can stay within the creative boundaries of like the topical, theme of the song, so that like I was saying, the first song is called Breakdown. So Breakdown.
Okay, we got all that. So you need a male, a female, even a rapper you might be open to.
And
what
so
else, talent-wise?
The rapping stuff. Even though
Next.
I would say that
Male, female, rapper. What else?
No. I need singers. The male singer, female singer.
And that's it.
The rapping I'll handle.
Okay.
I'll do it. I'll write it. I'll perform it.
Okay, so what else talent-wise? What don't you do? So to get this to be a completed album, all you need is 3 pieces: male, female, creative lead and vocalist, and a rapper. Oh no, you're going to do the rap.
Yeah, so
you just need 2 pieces. There's nothing else you can't do.
When it's done, then it now goes into a separate process where images are made, music videos are made. So that whole post-production aspect would then begin. But for the music aspect of it, at the moment, I just need.
Do you got a guy for post?
I don't actually, Jim.
Good.
I'm literally at a standstill with this project because I don't have what I need.
You're
to
talking
move forward,
about like an engineer. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Oh, you do that?
Yeah.
So what's post? Mixing?
Yeah, so I do all that post stuff, but when I said post before, I meant the album gets finished, so all the music's complete, everything's mixed and mastered and all that. So that door is now closed on that one. The next door that opens is now that the visual aspect has to come into it, right? With the still images.
So
and
you
the
mix
motion
and
picture.
master.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's the next level of that.
All right.
But yeah.
So we're gonna cut over here.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's I feel like
excuse me.
God bless you. I'm gonna cut your mic. Have you got something playing? Yeah, something's playing there. Well, Matt Macpherson, take control. Your mic's up.
Right on.
I'm gonna go sit in your space. I'll turn my mic up.
Super
and you can
duper.
put these on if you want.
All right.
Just get the contact information, the website. You can click across the tabs there, and it will show up.
Yep.
So, just close out the show, man.
Right on. Wow. Yeah, so, well, first and foremost, thanks for having me on here. That's super awesome that you invited me out. And, yep.
You got a hot ass. I'm sitting in your chair, and your bum's really warm.
Yeah. Thanks, Jim.
You're welcome, Daddy.
Yeah, wow. I guess what happens after the podcast is not televised, right?
The best part happens after the fucking cameras are turned
Yeah,
on,
I gotta
baby.
start covering my butt cheeks here, bud.
Okay there, bud.
Yeah, guy. So so if you're interested in the music or you like what you hear, you can find links to my music on Facebook, Matt Macpherson Music, and then also at mattmacphersonmusic.com. We'll have all the links and information to get you around. And if you're a creative person, you want to make some kind of slideshow or have a presentation, and you want to add some music to it, I'm on a website called Pond 5 where you can actually listen through a catalog and purchase songs for use legally that you can use for whatever you're doing, really. So you can even buy some yourself there, Mr. Jim.
Yeah, baby.
So yeah, anyways, that concludes what I gotta say, so thank you very much.
All right, so we're out. Say goodbye, everyone.
Sayonara.
Peace out.